Welcome to a beautiful Thursday morning. It is September 10th. Today touches a very special place in my heart. It is World Suicide Prevention Day. It's also National Swap Ideas Day and TV Dinner Day. Outpack Day. So there's definitely other things to celebrate as well. But today, the suicide is something that is a serious problem for a lot of people, and it can attack anybody. Depression is something that can creep up on anybody depending on what's going on in their life. But when it gets up to suicide, when people are feeling helpless, they aren't feeling that incredible endorphin rush of happiness. They are just feeling like it's constant cloudy day. They have a hard time waking up in the morning. They need help, and there's signs you can see. And if you ever hear someone say that they just want to die, or they're looking up ways to do it, or anything like that, I know I've known people who've have done it. I've known people who've said those things. You need to get them help. It's a call out for help when they're sharing those things with you. It is not normal for people to have those ideas. And it's so sad how so many of the times people just automatically think they're just being dramatic. They'll get over themselves. They just want attention. I get there's people out there who are dramatic, who want attention, who are passive aggressive, or they are trying to poke at you. But it is extremely important to know the difference. There is a big difference. Happy, healthy people do not talk like that. They do not go to that extreme. And if they do, they need help, because it is a life. I mean, it's so easy to just end your life. And it's an illness. It is literally a mental illness that it feels like a roller coaster. I know the people who are around people like that, the chronic depressed, are on a roller coaster where it's high highs, low lows, and it's constantly back and forth, and you don't feel like there's really any middle ground because it's constantly pulling you up and down. You get the high emotions. Well, that's all chemically done inside. And I mean, I'm not one to push the drug aspect of getting better, but when you have traumatic events in your life, or certain pressures, things happen to you that mess with your emotions and mess with your stress levels, it can have damaging effects on the emotional chemicals in your brain that keep you balanced. And if your balance is off, it is dangerous, because you don't know what's going on. The people who are reaching out for help and trying to get this attention are desperate for help because they don't know how to help themselves. So I am just really glad that it's a day. I hope people actually have like conventions. I know 2020 probably doesn't have anything like that going on right now because of the pandemic, but if you're feeling that way where you need help and you don't know what to do, I know I live in Florida. You can call a hotline and you can literally Baker Act yourself, or you can Baker Act those who you suspect are down that path, or the criteria is that they could potentially hurt themselves or hurt other people. If they're in that criteria where they're either homicidal or suicidal, you can call, and then they get brought to a facility, and pretty much they receive therapy all day. No lie. I did it to myself years back, where I had way too many life situations going on all at once. I had traumatic situation I was dealing with. on top of moving and losing my job, and I had so much going on that I was spiraling out of control. And I literally, instead of taking a vacation, I Baker-Act myself. And it was the best thing I'd ever done because they gave me the tools. I was in it for 3 weeks. And at first it was scary because they have different wards. And I know every facility is different. Every state is different. But for my situation, they had different wards. And I was put in with the addicts because they didn't have room with the clinically depressed right away. So I saw people who were very mentally unstable, who had 4 or 5 different personalities that would pop out with different accents. We had people who were talking to invisible people who weren't there, people who were getting over drug addictions, who were literally sick because of the withdrawals from whatever they were addicted to. And then there was me, who was just like, wow, I don't belong here. I was just depressed, and these people have real problems. Well, no. I was wrong. I did have a real problem. And when I found the appropriate help, I realized how real it was. People literally end it because they cannot find a way out of the cloud of darkness and lack of emotion. There was someone in the depression ward who actually had a chemical problem. They had to put her on lithium because she could not feel any emotion. She was completely void of emotion, kind of like a sociopath or like Dexter or something like that. But she hadn't gone. You don't feel the ups and downs of morality or happiness or lowness or whatever. But once they put her on lithium, she just started bawling her eyes out because she felt so much all at once. I mean, it is so real. And I met other people who were in my similar boat, not life situation wise, but the feelings, the ups and downs. You're not alone. And the people who are dealing with those people who are in those situations, it might not have an explanation. You might be a parent, you might be a spouse, and you might feel like, what can I do more? All you can do is listen. Just listen to them. And if it's out of your control, it's out of your control. There's some times where there's nothing you can do. And all you can do is get them help. And I mean, I learned that because there was nothing I could do. There was nothing that any of my family could do at the time. I just needed help because I needed to figure it out. And they didn't know. They didn't have the tools to give it to me to figure out what was going on with me and how to get through it. So I hope this reaches the right people. I mean, I think everybody meets someone or feels that way from time to time. So I hope this helps someone out there, and I love you guys. You guys have a great Thursday. The weekend's almost here, and take care.